And the thing is, like, I crop and edit these a lot because I stutter.
So do you start it off by saying good morning?
Yeah, but I don't know what time of day I'm going to post it at.
But it's a morning road trip.
It's so weird. I never do this with someone else in the car. Good morning, everyone. It is 6:30 Mountain Time. We are going through Colorado right now, and we're on our way back from Wyoming, heading to Florida. We just made our road trip starting on Thursday, drove all the way out here. It was about 32 hours, and then we're on our way back. We're probably about 6 or 7 hours into it right now, and I have my friend Andrea with me, and she actually owns the barn that I stay at in Florida. She's the trainer, owner, barn manager, and all the stuff of the farm there. She's a really good friend of mine, and I brought her on the Wyoming trip, which was to pick up a training horse for my favorite Wyoming client. It's a little Mustang back there, and I'm sure I'll make some more future videos on her, but we have a really beautiful morning drive, and I'll insert some clips here of the sunrise that we got to see. We're taking a little bit of a different route than we took on our way here. It's nice. We went through Nebraska on the way out here, and now we're going through Colorado on the way back. But it's always super nice going to visit my people in Wyoming, because they're really they're different from any other, I don't know, state people that I've gone to. So they're different from the New England people, the Texas people, the California people. They're not hippie-ish, but they're very one with themselves, and they're very content. So it's always super nice to go there. And they kind of just remind me about understanding versus judgment, and that it's really important to not judge someone who's different from you and try to understand them and see things from their side and their perspective, and not really, it just makes everything a lot better in your life, and you become more, loving of yourself and others, and you don't dislike as many people, you don't really hate anyone, and if you can start to see other people's perspectives and sides, it just makes everything a lot easier. Do you have any general advice to give?
Well, it was really interesting. I had never met these people before, and Sam was very forthright in her description, saying that they were super kind and very genuine, very nice people, but at the same time, they weren't fake. And a lot of times in life, we are nice because society tells us that we have to be, and we have to be polite, but inside in our hearts and inside in our own bodies, we're angry, or we're jealous, or we want what they have. These guys are just genuinely happy, and no, they don't judge other people, they really don't. But I think one of the precious moments for me meeting these folks was that they really tried very hard not to judge themselves. Very disciplined folks, work really hard, very, very loyal to their family, loyal to their animals, very good to their friends, good to each other, but also kind and understanding in their own just weaknesses. I wouldn't call them shortcomings at all. Able to laugh at themselves, able to see their weaknesses, work on them, strive hard to be better, but laugh along the way. I think that was one of the biggest things, Sam, that I felt in meeting these people to help me on my journeys. I'm 50, don't feel 50, and don't want to have that old person mentality at all, and feel like we need to learn every single day. And that was something that I took home from this trip, was to strive very hard to be successful, but at the same time, maybe a little more gentle with myself.
Yeah, I totally can relate to that. I think it's good to have self-discipline, and it's tough. There's that saying that I don't know, people sometimes are I'm my own worst critic, which I think is good, but also, remembering to be kind to yourself and forgiving, because, at the end of the day, the one that's, know if that makes sense, but the one that's like with you all the time is yourself. So there's no reason to constantly beat yourself up. You should have a good relation with yourself and enjoy, I don't know, this sounds super hippie, but like the temple you were given to live in, you should enjoy it and not like hate it and kind of make the most of your life from it.
Oh, absolutely. And you know, the other thing that hits home too is that saying, you spend more time with yourself than you do any other person on the face of this earth, and you probably have more conversations with yourself than you do anyone else. So how you speak to yourself and how you think in your own mind, I think makes a huge difference. If you're angry at yourself and you dislike yourself, you might want to investigate the reasons why and figure out whether or not you're judging yourself in comparison to others instead of judging yourself with yourself. Which reminds me, I have not taken a road trip with Sam before, and she has quite the extensive playlist, and they range from all sorts of music, one of which everybody needs to look up, and Sam might be able to tell me whether I'm right or not. But was it NF that does Do Me? I'm Doing Me? I know, I'm sorry, I'm so old.
Yeah, NF. So NF is technically he's labeled as this only because he doesn't curse or swear in his music. And for me, I don't really have an issue with that. You don't really hear me do that on the channel, and I don't do much anyways in life, but I don't have a problem with it. But in music, I find it clogs it up and kind of distorts the words and the meanings. So he doesn't swear at all in his music, and he is a rapper, and he doesn't rap about like, you know, hating his ex that he broke up with, or I don't know, just like bad things that have happened to him in life. It's really about like self-development that he's rapping about, and like kind of pushing through everything, and I don't know how to describe his stuff. It's really powerful, his music, and like, I know rap isn't for most people, but his lyrics and meanings are great. And yeah, that's NF. I can't remember what song you're thinking about, but
it's one about how he's basically doing himself.
There's a lot of,
I think it's do me.
No,
doing
it's
me. We'll have to look it up, and maybe she can add it to the end of the video.
I'll put it in the description. But NF is a really good artist to listen to. Yeah.
So I think too that might help. I use music a lot to express how I feel. I use music a lot to soothe my own insides, to soothe my heart. And there's so many songs out there that can speak and allow you to express the feelings that you're expressing, but then let them go.
Right.
But I think what we probably learned the most about this trip is not to judge others, but maybe not to judge yourself quite as much either. And be tough on yourself, really tough. Work hard, because life doesn't get any easier. It is only what you make of it, and everybody should strive to be successful in whatever makes their heart sing.
Right, and something that I think I've said before, and I don't know if it's in one that I posted, but just like working hard, and the thing is, you're gonna be the only person that can push yourself like as hard and as far as you can go. No one else is gonna push you. Like, you have to make the decision that you want to reach a certain point, or you want to put that effort in, because, you know, people, friends, family can encourage you and be like, yeah, work hard, or like suggest things to do, but the only one that can make it happen, and the one that cares most about making it happen, is yourself. So you kind of determine how bad you want it in that sense. Like, someone else can't do it for you. You need to decide, you know, do you want to just do the bare minimum and work your 9 to 5 at Subway, or do you want to, you know, struggle for a little bit but work really hard and do something creative that you're passionate about? And I think that's something that's kind of similar between Andrea and I maybe got a start on it a little bit slightly earlier, where I'm doing kind of my dream and I'm making everything happen, but I'm very, very disciplined to it. And Andrea has trauma nurse, and then also huge horse boarding, breeding, very high quality warm blood facility. There's retirement horses there, there's training horses there, pretty much every single thing out of her barn. And it's not like halfway, it's not backyard, like everything is top notch, high quality. And horses obviously are her passion as well, as pretty much everyone I'm connected with is a horse person. But for you to make that step, how long ago was it, to finally like push fully into horses?
About 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And it took a long time to build and develop the business, and thought about giving up many times, and that was my challenge to have to push through, and it's not easy. Most of the time it's 7 days a week and it's 20 hours a day.
Right.
But to be successful in what you like to do in life, which brings me to another one of Sam's songs that was, I do believe it's titled to Make a Life, Not a Living.
Yep.
So, we should get Sam to publish her playlist for inspirational and thoughtful songs to help people think through. Sometimes these artists will put into words what we're already thinking, and we can't nail it down or pin down how we feel.
Right.
And that's something that's very helpful to me. Music is a big part of my life, but these folks in Wyoming really drove home to me at 50. First of all, life doesn't stop at 50. I think life rejuvenates and restarts at 50. Everyone that I've met in the last couple of years that is 50 or above, it's like a rekindled love for life, because as one of the ladies said to me last night, she woke up the other day and was like, I have 15 good years left. And that's not a negative feeling. It is, we are going to make the most of those 15 years that we can possibly make.
More than 15 years.
She said good years as far as years of being really active, I think.
Yeah.
So if you're sitting here and you're watching this and you're 25, 50 comes really quick. It takes a long time to get there, but it really doesn't. And what you want to accomplish in your life, I think, is so important, because that's the kind of stuff that you leave behind, the people that you're able to influence, and you can't be a positive influence in people if you don't love yourself.
And being around people that you want to not necessarily be more like, but kind of raise your standards up to. I don't remember who said it the other day, but syncing your standards to those around you versus raising them up. So you're gonna, like, for example, I have a lot of friends, a lot of variety. Granted, all of them are like horse people, but half of my friends are around my age, and then the other half are anywhere from 40 to probably 65. And the thing is, I can be really good friends with them, because especially the ones in like the second age category, they're all really young at heart. They don't act old, if that makes sense. They're very happy about life still, and they really enjoy a lot of things. So, but you can also get like that wisdom from them. And I don't even know how to word it, but it's cool to be around people a different age than me, but in the mind are like similar, if that makes sense.
And one of the things that I try to help out troubled young folks, and Sam, believe me, is not one of them. Actually, she's one of my very best friends that gives me wings. But you try in life to give wings to other folks that are struggling. And what I tell the young ladies that I'm able to help, or at least try to help, they have to be able to want it and do it themselves. But surround yourself with people that are doing better than you. Surround yourself with people that have made a life, made a career out of something they're passionate about. Right. Because you will rise to the people that you surround yourself with.
And not just work, but like internally too.
Yes.
How they feel and like how they present themselves.
Absolutely. Or you will sink to the level of the people that you're with. And the choice is yours. If you want to hang out with those that are going to the bar every Friday night and drinking and can't get up to go to work on Monday morning, you will follow that pattern. If you want to change your life, sometimes you have to realize that you have to care enough about yourself to change your mindset, and sometimes you have to look for that in people, because we are not herd animals like horses, but we're very social animals, and we become who we surround ourselves with.
Right.
That is why I surround myself with people like her, because she is a bright light, and that is something that is so genuine, and it's so special, and it helps you as a person follow that, and the general feel that you get is hopeful and positive and works hard and motivated, and all of that rubs off.
I mean, the same thing. Depends, like, you gotta surround yourself with the right people, and it's taken me, I'm 22, but I mean, it's taken me, it feels like a long time to figure that out and surround myself with the right people, but I think I figured it out fairly at a decent pace.
Absolutely.
But,
And you know, as you try to navigate through life, one of the things, like the purpose of this video, is to possibly help others along the way. And I think that is something, you know, everybody says that karma is not very nice, but I think karma can be equally as nice if you pay it forward. And that's what I concentrate on my life, in being honest in the representation of my horses, honest in the representation of my training, honest to all of my clients, wanting the best for them and lifting them up. And never ever, this is probably off topic, but never be afraid to support someone else's success. Give people wings. Don't hold them down.
don't try to keep someone like behind. Don't try to put yourself above them and not let anyone like pass you, if that makes sense, because it's all relative. It doesn't matter. Everyone is on their own journey and path, and if I can teach someone how to teach their horse how to lay down, and they take that and they're like, wow, I can do it 2 times faster, and have a method, and I transformed it into something that's 2 times faster, then all to them, that's awesome. That's great. Like, you shouldn't feel like threatened by people. Everyone should be trying to lift each other up.
One of the greatest gifts in life for me is watching the people I surround myself with succeed. I'm never afraid that I'm going to teach myself out of a job. I'm never afraid that I'm going to teach my clients so much that they won't need me anymore. Perhaps that will happen, and that means I've done my job well, and I've lifted them up and given them the ability that they have so much desired.
You got to be part of their journey.
Absolutely. And sometimes they don't ever come back, and sometimes they do, and sometimes you grow together, and all things kind of evolve, and you've got this huge success that spans across multiple people, and then you realize that you've been able to positively influence someone in their life, and there we go again, where you don't have that negative feelings and the judgment of who they are. Instead, you've lifted them up and you've given them the ability to succeed. That, I think, is what I get the most pleasure out of, is watching people succeed.
I mean, I think most people that are like light and content in themselves feel the same way about wanting to see everyone else around them be happy and succeed as well. So that's definitely something important to think about. And there's a quote that I saw probably just yesterday, and it's a good reminder just for if you're trying to change the people that you're surrounded with, think about how you feel after you hang out with someone. Like,
oh my God, you just read my mind.
So like, are you happy? Are you sad? Are you feeling defeated? Are you feeling inspired? Are you like, think about that after you hang out with someone. And then that can kind of help guide you on your way of who you may want to keep in your life and who you may want to not spend quite as much time with.
And I was going to say right before she said that, was that you put 4 or 5 people in an area in the room together that are all positive and genuinely care about each other's successes, and there will be more laughter, more warm fuzzies, so to speak, than you could ever imagine, because the energy in the room is all positive. And that's what I experienced with these folks out in Wyoming the last 2 days, was just positive energy. And I know there's a lot of people that don't want to believe in that energy, but that energy feeds your soul. That energy feeds the calmness within your own psyche. It eats away and melts away the anxiety, and you're able to relax. You sleep better because you have that positive, very healthy energy from friends.
And it goes back to, I think I said it in probably the second road trip video, what you put out energy-wise and thought-wise into the universe is what you're going to get back. So
it's so very true. And surround yourself with people that can put that energy out as well, because it'll come back to you twofold when you have people in your life that have that same goal of happiness. And you know, it has nothing to do with monetary stuff. And sometimes our successes in life don't include an income, which is why you want to make a life so that it's rich in many ways, not just trying to earn $1.
Well, I think that's a good note to end on, and this is probably going to be my longest Raw Road Trip Talk, but that's okay, because I think we had a lot of good stuff, and hopefully some of you find some sort of piece of information in this that you at least can think about throughout your day and then maybe apply. And you know, it just takes one step to start making that change in your life and being happier and kind of enjoying it more, being less judgmental. But yeah, I'm going to show you guys a little bit more of the beautiful Colorado drive we have, and thank you for joining us.
It was nice to meet you all. I hope to see you again.